Hello everyone, welcome to the fresh videocast episode of Cozy Conversations. And I'm a November baby, so I'm a Scorpio girl, and I'm not going to be revealing my exact birthday because I like keeping my birthdays a very private affair. But having said that, there is one ritual that I always follow in my birthday. So this is a ritual that I started doing since 2017. So it's been 3 years that I've been continuing this ritual, and the ritual that I do is I usually sit for reflections and I see how I have grown as a person, what are the changes that I've seen in myself as the year has passed. And this birthday too, this birthday week as well, I wanted to do reflections, and today I want to share my reflections with you guys regarding my age. My birth year is 1997. I don't know my exact, I don't know, I get very confused when it comes to age because I don't know, some people say it's 23 running, some people say it's 22 complete. I don't know, I don't get it. So my birth year is 1997. Now you guys can calculate my age for yourself. But yeah, in these years of life, I've definitely learned a lot, and today I would like to reflect. And so I'm going to do this in a very fun way. So I have prepared 10 chits of questions here with me, and I'll be selecting, I'll be choosing randomly 5 questions and I'll be answering them. So yeah, that's how this episode is gonna go. So this is an episode where I'm going to be having a cozy conversation with my audience about my life experiences and what life has taught me until now. So yeah, regarding the first question, let's select one chit. Hopefully it's a nice question. Let's see. So yeah, the first question is, how would I rate my life in terms of relationships? Okay, so in terms of relationships, I'm single. So in that way, in romantic relationships, it's in minus because I've been single for a very long period in my life. But in terms of other relationships, I'd give myself a 7. The reason why I would give myself a 7 is that I'm not very perfect when it comes to handling relationships. So what happens with me in my personal relationships is that, first of all, I'm a very jealous person. So that has destroyed a lot of relationships, and that has the potential of destroying a lot of relationships in the future as well. And this is something that I'm very self-aware of, and I'm trying to work on it, but it takes a lot of time to work on things like this. I am trying, but yeah, because of my jealousy, I feel that a lot of my relationships could be destroyed. So that is one of the reasons why I'm very scared when it comes to handling relationships. Also, I am a very individualistic person. So basically, I'm an individualistic person living in a very collectivist society. I am very much into myself. I'll not call myself introverted. I'm an extrovert. I'm an ambivert actually, but I'm a very individualistic person. I find it very difficult to collaborate with other people. I find it very difficult to cohabitate with other people just because of my nature. So I am more into myself, and I usually tend to think only about myself. So that is something that I have. So that is why I would also like to give myself a 7. The good thing about my relationships is I guess my relationship with my mother has improved over this last year. If it's someone with whom my relationship has improved over the past year, it has to be my mom, because in the lockdown I got a lot of time with her. And I always used to admire and appreciate my mom for whatever she did, but that admiration has changed, has transformed into pure love in this year. So that is one relationship that has truly nurtured in my life. So that is something that I'm really proud of. But yeah, other than that, relationships, I'm going to give myself a 7 out of 10 because I'm not that great at relationships. The reason why I'm also not that great at relationships is because I do not set boundaries very properly. So just the last year, I had to let go of a relationship because I had not set a boundary in that relationship. So what happens with me is that I expect people to understand what I want, what I need from them without me communicating it from them. For the other people to understand me, I actually have to communicate my needs, right? But I don't usually do that. I expect other people to just understand me by themselves. So that is a weakness that I have, and I do not set boundaries in my relationships, because of which a lot of relationships have been toxic to me as well. So that is one thing about relationships that I've learned in the last year, that you have to learn how to set boundaries. That is very important lesson that I've learned. So yeah, I hope I guess I told more than I was supposed to, but it's okay. You guys are like family. So now it's time for the next question. Um, so let's see. Hope so that this one is an interesting question too. So okay, the second question is: did you take anything for granted? I have to think about this. Did I take anything for granted? I might have taken something for granted. Hmm. What did I take for granted, guys? I don't even remember if I took something for granted. Okay, something that I realized we should not take for granted is our life and our freedom. I guess this is what coronavirus taught me, that you should never take for granted your freedom, your life, your health, because in the period of lockdown we were not even allowed to go out. Everything was shut, the economy was shut, like everything was shut. So that time I realized that you cannot take like life for granted, you cannot take time for granted. And I guess, yeah, now I know what I took for granted. So I took time for granted a lot. So what happened was, I started working since second year of my university, and because I was working and studying together, it was very difficult for me to make time or manage time as per se. And what used to happen was, whenever my friends used to make some plans, I used to be like, no, 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 you guys go, I'll join you guys next time, I have some work to do, this and that. And I always thought in my head that, okay, in my fourth year of university, I'm going to spend a lot of time with my friends, because that is the year that we'll have less academic rigor, that is the year where I'll be free, so I'll spend a lot of time with my friends in my fourth year. But who knew that in our fourth year we would actually be in a virtual class environment. So the year that I thought I would make memories with my friends, we were in a virtual environment and I could not do as I expected to do. So this lesson taught me how important it is in life to not take for granted time. Like my co-founder, like my colleague, Mr. Sagar Satyal, who is the co-founder of My Emotions Matter, often tells us that it's very important not to postpone living. And I've often done that. I've often taken life and time for granted. So yeah, that is something that I've taken for granted, and that is something that I would like to improve. So now time for the third question. Okay, hopefully this is a good one and an interesting one. Okay, what is something that you're proud of? What is something that I'm proud of? I guess I'm proud of the ability in myself to take risks. So I started Cozy Conversations, and it was a risk that I took. Like, I didn't know how it would turn out to be. I didn't know if it would be liked by the audience. I didn't know if people would like it. I didn't know if I could do this. But I just took that risk. So I remember during the lockdown period, one of the person that I follow had sent a question like, what is one creative thing that you would like to do in this lockdown? And at that point of time, I thought that, okay, what is one creative thing that I can do? And I thought that, okay, why not start a podcast of myself? Because I've always wanted to do that. And I'm very impulsive by nature. So if I have an idea, I become very impulsive, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to implement it immediately. And that is how this video cast actually got started. So I'm very proud of the fact that I have this ability to take risks in life, and I took the risk of starting Cozy Conversations, and I'm very proud of the work that I'm doing in Cozy Conversations. So yeah, that's something that I'm really proud of. So yeah, now it's time for the fourth question. Okay, I'll choose one. I'll choose this one. What is something you feel you're lagging behind in? Okay, so I have an answer for this. Just 2 days ahead, I was reflecting in my office. And I realized that I am very desperate for male attention. It might be owing to the fact that I have studied in an all-girls school for 2 years in my life. So in my teen years, I studied in an all-girls school. So I did not have chance to make male friends then. And even after I came out of that all girls school, even today I do not have a lot of male friends. Like, I have a lot of male acquaintances, I have a lot of male colleagues, I've had a lot of male relatives or male classmates, batchmates, but I do not have proper male friends, the friends that you can just go to. So I never had, and I do not yet have male friends. The only two males that I'm very close to are my father and my brother, but these are the only two people that I'm really close to. Other than that, I do not have a lot of male friends, and maybe this is the reason why I am very desperate for male attention. So what I do is, if there's a guy that I like, then I'll double text him, triple text him, even text him like many times in a row without even thinking. So that is something that I have noticed in myself. And when I reflected on this habit that I have, I realized that a mistake that I've made all my life is that I've always measured my self-worth on the basis of how other males perceive me. So my definition of self-worth is usually based on how my ex-partners perceived me or on how my potential partners would perceive me. And this is something that I'm really lagging behind in, because if I'm measuring my self-worth on the basis of how someone else perceives me, that means that my confidence is not that high, and that's not a good thing to have. So this is something that I'm lagging behind in, and this is something that I'd like to improve about myself. I would like to believe that I am worthy of love, attention, and everything just because I am a person. I don't want to be worthy. I don't have to measure my self-worth in terms of how other males perceive me. So this is something that I would like to change about myself, and this is somewhere that I'm lagging behind, as to say. So yeah, now it's time for the last question for reflection, guys. So let's see what the last question turns out to be. Okay. So the last question is there any form of negativity surrounding my life? Touch wood. Right now, in my life, I'm at a happy place. I'm at a happy place in my life right now. But I am very aware that life keeps on changing, and there could be changes in my life that might not be very positive. So the one thing that I'd like to tell myself is that I want to become more resilient in life, so that I can deal with any sorts of negativity that surrounds my life. The one thing that I wish never comes to my life is illness, because illness makes me really emotionally weak. So that is one thing that I would not like to come in my life. But other than that, I believe that I would welcome any sorts of negative incidents in my life as much as I would welcome positive incidents, because these negative incidents help you grow. But yeah, that's there. But touch wood, right now I'm at a happy place in my life, and now that I think of it, there's not much negativity in my life at this present moment. And this could also be from the fact that I have let go of a lot of toxic relationships in the past year. So in the year 2020, I began it on the note that I would let go of toxic relationships that were not working for me. And so 2020 itself has been very positive in my life, especially after the entrance of my sister-in-law, who is like my friend to me. So that has also added a lot of positivity in my life. Like, I can confide to her, I can tell her if there's something that's going wrong in my life. So that's there. But yeah, apart from that, right now there's not much negativity in my life. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these reflections. And also, if you feel like these fairy lights are really nice, then you can also order these fairy lights for yourself. I ordered it from the page called Snazzy NP. So this page, or this online shop, has been founded by my friend Miss Diksha. I'm really proud of her for doing all of this. And if you really like these fairy lights, because I feel like they just brightened and lightened my mood today. So if you also want to order these fairy lights or any other accessories, like she has earrings, she has a beautiful range of rings, she has a beautiful range of wallets, mobile covers, any sorts of accessories, just follow Snazzy NP on Instagram. I'll make sure that I leave the Instagram handle of the page in the description box below, so that you guys can go and check it out. Please do follow her and do order stuffs from her, because her stuffs can really, really lighten up your mood. So yeah, that's there. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much, guys. Please like my video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be seeing you in more upcoming episodes as well. And if there is anything in particular that you could relate to, or if there are any interesting ideas that you have that I could do in cozy conversations, please also write that down in the comment section below. I'll try to go through it and I'll try to incorporate the ideas that you have. So thank you so much, guys. Bye.